This is my opinion on the Lauren Boebert situation. So let's see how it started.
Democrat policies are so pathetic and have done so poorly that the left has nothing else to do but troll the internet looking for ways to get offended and then try to target members and strip them of their committees. This is a dumb waste of the House's time. But since the Speaker has designated the floor to discuss members' inappropriate actions, shall we? The Jihad Squad member from Minnesota has paid her husband, and not her brother husband, the other one, over $1 million in campaign funds. This member is allowed on the Foreign Affairs Committee while praising terrorists. A Democrat chairwoman incited further violence in the streets outside of a courthouse. And then the cherry on top. My colleague and 3-month presidential candidate from California, who is on the Intelligence Committee, slept with Fang Fang, a Chinese spy. Let me say that again. A member of Congress who receives classified briefings was sleeping with the enemy. This is unacceptable.
Now, when she said all of that, I was cracking up. I gave homegirl a round of applause. Why? Because of this.
Election night was just 2 days ago, but it seems Minnesota Representative-elect Ilhan Omar may have already made her first move as an elected official. In a letter signed November 8th, Omar asks a U.S. district judge for compassion when sentencing 9 Minnesota Somali American men convicted of trying to join the terrorist group ISIS. She says the best deterrent to fanaticism is a system of compassion. We must alter our attitude and approach if we truly want to affect change. We should refocus our efforts on inclusion and rehabilitation. U.S. Attorney Andy Lugar has filed a response arguing against any lightened sentence. He says there was nothing impulsive about the defendant's decision to continue to try and reach Syria, despite the FBI's numerous attempts to stop them.
I remember when I was in college, I took a terrorism class. And
is that a such thing?
Yeah, there was.
So there is a lab for that?
There was a class, and so it was the thing that was interesting in the class was every time the professor said Al Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up, and
yeah, he's in command here.
Al Qaeda, Hezbollah.
He's an expert.
You don't say America with an intensity. You don't say England with an intensity. You don't say the army with an intensity.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg with this woman. She committed immigration fraud by marrying her own brother to get him into the country. Not only that, but they also did some more fraud since they've been here. She loves screaming about white men, but then she turns around and marries a white man, but not just any white man, another woman's white man. And who broke the story? None other than his wife. Ilhan Omar stole my husband. It's very clear and obvious in many things that she has done and said that this woman hates America. But why is it such a big fuss now? Because of this.
Open it. Look what's happening. I look to my left, and there she is. Ilhan Omar. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine.
Now, though I do not agree with her statement, I think she took it a little bit too far. I don't find it to be classy. None of that needed to be said. You said what you said already. Leave it at that. That was fine. But to push it this far, you don't need to go there. But would I have apologized? Absolutely not. I would just come out and say that my comments were not directed to anybody else other than Ilhan Omar. But if I happen to offend you, I do apologize. It was not meant for that. It was meant for her. But to turn around and apologize because of the political squeeze, where you're now getting backlash over it, I don't agree with that, because it's not a sincere apology. And I'm just not down for apologizing and saying stuff that I don't mean. If I'm not sorry for what I said, I'm not going to apologize for it. But what I will do is I will go to the father and say, Dad, I do got an issue with this female. And I want to honor you in everything that I do. So I'm just going to bring it to you, and I'm going to tell you that I'm sorry for my action. And I know that my actions weren't right. I know that I took it a little bit too far, but I do feel the way that I feel. I feel like this woman absolutely hates this country. But I know that I have to work with her, and I want to represent you righteously and justly. So I need you to help me with my thoughts. but I'm not gonna apologize for that. You gonna have to really do something in this heart. But other than that, no thank you. A little off subject, but not so much. I hope that when you're looking at this, that you can really let that sink in, that this woman is in Congress. Like, she's a government official. Again, did we just see a D next to her name and said, yep, this the broad we want? I don't get it. I just don't get it. And she's not the only one. These people are so disgusting, and it just blows my mind that they're in a leadership position making policies. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys have a blessed and full day, and as always, family, grace and peace.